And like mentioned earlier, we had a really good week in predictions this week. I went 13-1, which makes my record 58-34. Quinn, what was yours?
So I also went 13-1, and my season total is up to 60-48.
Wow,
I just
nice.
jumped Dylan leapfrog, but
Whoa.
yeah, 13 and
Not
one,
for long.
very
Not for
nice
long.
week. Yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see. But this week I don't think will be quite as easy or nice.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit harder to predict games here. So let's see if I can get this background music going so we can actually hear the primetime music and get us fired up here. Yeah, let's go. Here we
Yeah.
go. All right, Quinn. Thursday night football. A great game for Thursday night, in quotations. Broncos at the Saints here. Quinn, who you got?
Well, this game, and then there's a few others in the beginning of the week that are kind of difficult to pick. To keep it brief, again, difficult to pick. I'm going to take the Broncos here. They almost came back against the Chargers, arguably a better team than the Saints. The Saints have also been on a 3-game losing streak, so this may be when they turn it around because they are at home, or not. I don't know. It's difficult, but this is Sean Payton's revenge game, so I'm going to go with Sean Payton and the Broncos. Bo Nix.
I'm going to somehow agree with you. And that's just because
Yeah.
Denver's defense is really good. I mean, really good. And I think Spencer Rattler's going to have trouble. And while the Saints defense is formidable and Bo Nix might have trouble, he's improving. Bo Nix is getting a lot better. While I think the Saints are kind of they're in a bad slump in a 4-game losing streak. So yeah, I'm going to say Denver wins and the Saints lose 5 in a row. All right, first 1:00 game here Sunday. It's the London game again, and this is a tank bowl of all tank bowls for London to have. Patriots at the Jags. Quinn, I'm going the Jags because at least they have a good offense and an experienced quarterback in Lawrence. Even though after this week, they should probably just drop off ETN and just leave him in London. Because I'm surprised you didn't have him as a dimwit, but he did get hurt. But still, just bad stuff all around. But the Patriots, Drake may look good, but he's still got work to do. And yeah, this Patriots team in general just isn't good. So I'm going to say the Jags.
Yeah, this is also a tough game. Mostly because both teams are just bad. I think the Patriots are a little less bad, honestly, because I think the running game is definitely better. Although Tank Bigsby has been doing pretty well. But then Drake May, he's starting last week. I think he was looking good. His first touchdown pass was really nice. His other touchdown pass was pretty good as well. So I think he definitely has potential. The only other factor really is, though, that the Jags have already been in London for a week now. And so they're not going to have that hangover. They're not going to be tired from the plane ride over. So that, in one hand, makes me want to pick the Jags, but I'm going to go with the Patriots here. I just think they're a little less bad overall.
Less bad. It is bad when we have to say stuff like that. Who's the less bad team? Sorry, London. But a pretty good matchup here we got is the Lions at the Vikings here. Quinn, do the Lions end the Vikings' undefeated season?
Another really tough game. This time because they're actually like good teams, which is interesting. This was another really tough choice. I want to choose the Lions, but with how the NFC North works, I think I'm going to choose the Vikings at home. It's difficult because I think the Lions very well could. The Vikings didn't look great before their bye week in London, but it was also London, long plane ride, 8 hours, jet lag. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings here. I'm not quite sure. I want to pick the Lions, but I'll go with the Vikings for a safe pick. Safer, maybe.
Our first disagreement is here because I'm going to say Minnesota's undefeated season is over and the Lions get the victory. Just because the way they looked at Dallas and the way Detroit I think they've looked better recently than Minnesota, like you said. They struggled a little bit against the Jets. Darnold probably had his worst game all year. And despite no Hutchinson, the Lions' pass rush still is pretty good, and the secondary has gotten a lot better. And yeah, I think Minnesota's going to struggle a little bit, and I think Detroit will be able to take advantage of that. Minnesota's defense is good, but I wouldn't necessarily put them at the top of the pack. So it'll be a close game. But I think the Lions historically, too, just overall play better, especially at recent years, than Minnesota. So I'm going to say the Lions end their undefeated season.
Nice.
Titans at the Bills. Bills.
Yep.
Easy. I mean, Will Levis and his stupid Spider-Man celebration can go to hell because, yeah, they are not winning this game at all. Amari Cooper might shine in this game for fantasy guys. Tennessee's secondary is bad, so he might have an impressive debut for them. So, yeah. Buffalo Bills. Maybe Tennessee will keep it close early, but towards the end, Buffalo's going to blow them out.
Yeah, I think the Bills will win by 10 or more points. I mean, I don't know how well Cooper would do just starting off. We'll have to see how fast he can fit into the scheme and learn the playbook. But, yeah, I just don't trust the Titans. And like you said, that Will Levis Spider-Man celebration was really cocky for what? At least Joe Burrow ran across the whole damn field to get a touchdown, like the only touchdown of the game. But, yeah, that I didn't like that. Bills.
He is a meme machine. It's unbelievable. Every week he gives us something. It's incredible. Just too bad his team sucks. Dolphins at the Colts here. This is where doing these predictions early in the week is tougher because we don't know who's starting. They said there's a chance that Anthony Richardson could start for this. I know. Stick with Flacco. I think either way, Indy's still going to win at home. Miami, Tua's not coming back still for a bit. They have not fixed their QB situation at all with the Tua absence. And I like Indy overall. I think as long as JT, I don't know if he's coming back. If he can come back, that'll be a big difference. But they still got guys like Pittman and Downs. And the only concern I have is in their defense, but Miami's offense is so abysmal without Tua. I think Indy's defense can finally have a solid game, and I'm going to say they win this.
Yeah, honestly, I thought Tyler Huntley would do a lot better, but maybe it's just the Ravens that he did well. I don't know. I'm taking the Colts here as well. Hopefully it's Flacco starting because it's actually a good team. Who thought in 2024 we'd be like, oh, Flacco's starting. That means they're better. With Richardson, I'd be a little concerned. It'd be more of a toss-up, I think, but I think the Colts have a safer bet on this game.
Okay, an NFC matchup here. Kind of a tough one. Seattle at Atlanta here. Quinn, who do you got? Can Seattle bounce back from their slump?
That's the thing. They're just kind of sliding. They lost at home to the Niners. Now that's division. But they're going across the country to Atlanta. The Falcons do have a decent to good. I'll say they have a good home atmosphere, but it's also another kind of tough game. But I'll take the Falcons here. I think they have the talent. The Seahawks, they're just kind of sliding. They need to get a grip.
Get a grip! Gordon Ramsay quote right there. I'm going to go with Atlanta as well, just because Seattle still is on the decline. Their defense is shaky, and this is what Michael McDonald's supposed to be known for. I get the Niners are a good team, but they're depleted as well, and they kind of ran all over them. So there's no reason to me to think Atlanta won't. Kirk Cousins and the offense these past few games have looked very good. Granted, one of them was against Carolina, but still. I think I think Cousins is like truly 100%. And yeah, Seattle's just on a downward slope. I think they're realizing Geno's not the guy. He had one, maybe two good years, but he's not a long-term option for you. So yeah, I'm going to go with Atlanta to win this. Okay, Quinn, we got a big game here for your Packers. This is potential playoff implications here for both seedings-wise. Texans at the Packers here at Lambeau Field. I'm going to go with Green Bay to get the win here. It's at Lambeau. Lambeau's a difference maker. And Houston, yes, they looked great, but it was against the Patriots. And against teams like the Vikings, and they even kept it close with Jacksonville, I still think they're not playing up to their potential, while I think Green Bay is. And I think a big factor in this is no Nico Collins. I think that's going to benefit for the Packers defense, considering how good that secondary has been. And Jordan Love, it's not going to throw a million interceptions like you probably think will happen. He's going to keep it safe. And, yeah, I'm going to say in a close game, Green Bay takes it.
Give me the Green Bay mother-loving Packers. Jordan Love may throw interceptions, but he does throw touchdowns.
Oh my God.
A lot of them. And the Packers have an explosive offense, a pretty darn good defense. And like we've been saying, the Texans are just a little they have a good record, but a lot of their wins have been a little questionable. Again, like the Bears, for instance. It's just they're a little suspect. And so, yeah, give me the Packers here at home. Matt LaFleur, I think he can get the win with Love in that explosive offense.
All right, we got a couple of easy games, at least in my book. Bengals at the Browns. I know Cincy's only 2-4, but come on, they're going to win this game to me. Unless if Myles Garrett can have 8 sacks and the defense can literally shut them down, which Cleveland does seem to own Cincy no matter what the records are.
That's
which is
true.
It's very weird, but it's true. But it's not going to happen here. As long as number 4 on Cleveland is still their starting QB. I mean, Cincy's defense did well against the Giants, who went off on the Seahawks the previous week. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Cincy here. I think they're going to get back to 500 form soon and be a playoff contender.
The Browns just aren't good enough this year, I think, to beat the Bengals. I mean, maybe they didn't just trade their number 1 wide receiver away. Maybe if they start Jameis Winston, who apparently is the one who's trying to motivate the team and talk to the team and get them hyped for games, and not Deshaun Watson. But yeah, I think the Bengals win this. Is not, like you said, not too difficult.
Eagles at the Giants, maybe a little difficult if Neighbors is back and Singletary is back. And they did lose at New York last year, so a little unpredictable, but I'm going to say as long as Brown and Smith are there, I'm going to say Philly. I think they're going to narrowly win. I think this will be close because it's Philly, and they seem to play down the teams recently. But I'm going to say Philly has just more talent, and they're going to win.
Eagles, easy. Saquon Barkley revenge game. Saquon's going to go in there. He purposely had a down game this week, so that way he could put up 4 touchdowns and 500 yards this coming week. All right, maybe not that much, but yeah, I do think the Eagles will win here. I think NFC East rivals will the players will have that kind of spark in them. And Kellen Moore, he did play or coach for the Cowboys, so he knows how to put up the points on the Giants. And yeah, I'm feeling a little more confident than maybe I should or maybe you'd expect. But yeah, I'm feeling good. And like I said, Saquon revenge game. I think it'll be an Eagles dub.
I definitely think you're way too cocky. But Raiders at the Rams. I know the Rams are bad record-wise, but there's no way to me the Rams are losing this. The Raiders are just a disaster right now. They're trading away pieces. Max Crosby's the only superstar they got left now at this point. And you can see that that's not enough. And he's frustrated too with the team. Maybe keeping Pierce wasn't the right move. I liked it at the time because he's a good motivator, but I don't know. I feel like in-game tactics he's just not good at. And McVay is one of the best at in-game tactics in all of football. Yeah. And despite, I don't know if Puka or Kupp are coming back, but they still got Kyren Williams. But Kyren Williams they still got. Yeah, I'm going to say the Rams win.
Yeah, I think the Rams here, especially too if Kupp allegedly is coming back, that'll help a lot. And I mean, it's the Raiders. I mean, they're going to trade Max Crosby the Eagles any day now because we need pass rush.
No, they're not.
Yes. That'll be next week's show. Eagles acquire Max Crosby. Anyway, but yeah, I think the Rams win this one. Yeah.
All right, Panthers at the Commanders. I know the offense is better with Andy Dalton, but the defense is still atrocious. Commanders win. this is a game for them to get revenge and feast with their offense, especially with their running attack. Yeah, Commanders are not losing this.
Give me the Panthers. Just kidding. No, don't give me the Panthers. Give me the Commanders. Yeah.
Let the pass sound fall out of my chair.
No, I decided I really don't like Commanders, which, no, just kidding. Give me the Commanders here. I mean, they're just, yeah. Poor Panthers.
All right, Quinn. Super Bowl rematch. Chiefs at the Niners. I know immediately who you're going to pick, but you might as well say it anyway. Who do you got?
Chiefs. The Chiefs don't always win the Super Bowl rematches during the regular season. Cough, cough, Eagles. But, I mean, to be fair, last year the Eagles were really hot before they hit their slump right after the Chiefs game, or right after the Bills game, which was right after the Chiefs game. So, yeah, I mean, I think the Niners are nowhere near where they were at the Super Bowl last year, and the Chiefs, they're not exactly... Actually, the Chiefs are pretty much where they were last year, just without Rashid Rice, and I mean, the Chiefs always make do. The Niners, I'd take Andy Reid over Shanahan any day. Andy Reid has a lot more Super Bowls now, too. But, yeah, Chiefs.
Just rub it in, Quinn. Go ahead. I'm going to say that both undefeated teams are no longer undefeated after this week. I'm going to say the Niners get revenge. Besides McCaffrey, who's injured, they're mostly healthy. They really are. And I think the Seattle game, they got a little bit of redemption. I think they look a lot better. And I think at home makes a difference, too. If it was at Kansas City, it might be different. But, yeah, I'm going to say, because you're right, Quinn. Usually the Chiefs lose these rematches. And I think it's going to continue here. I'm going to say the Niners win, and we have no more undefeated teams.
Wow. Okay. Choosing chaos this week, I see.
I am choosing chaos. But Sunday Night Football, the Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Davante Adams' debut as a Jet. Russell Wilson is rumored to start. Please, God, no. Why? But, Quinn, who do you got?
This is another kind of tough game because, on one hand, Davante Adams just coming in, but then he has a chemistry with Rodgers, and they know, you know what I mean? I mean, their offensive coach is Joe Barry. I mean, sorry, not Joe Barry. What am I saying?
It's Joe Barry. Packers PTSD.
Not that guy. Why can't I think of his name? The Hackett, that's right. He's a hack. Yeah, anyway, they have Hackett there. I mean, is it going to be that different from the old offense of the Packers? I don't know. The Steelers do have a really good defense, but I don't know if I could choose the Steelers with Justin Fields, Mr. Mid or lower himself, leading them. I mean, Russell Wilson would definitely be more interesting. I'd be more inclined to choose the Jets if he does start, just because he hasn't played this season. I could see the Steelers coming in here and winning this game. And you said it is in Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
So I'll choose the Jets.
Oh, my God. Well, hopefully we won't have an hour delay like the last primetime game in Pittsburgh.
Hopefully
Dear God, staying up till 1 a.m. was brutal. But I'm going to be a doubter of my team. I'm going to say the Jets win no matter who starts. And I just think our offense against the Jets defense, I don't like that matchup. I know they struggled at Buffalo, but Buffalo's offense is significantly better than ours. And Fields or Wilson, with Fields, they're going to struggle to throw the ball if he starts. With Russ, they're going to struggle to do anything because Russ is a pocket passer and doesn't run as much. And the Jets are one of the better rush defenses in football as well. So I think the Davante move's going to make an impact here too. I feel like the secondary is going to struggle when you have to cover both him and Wilson. Oh, and by the way, you got to worry about Breece Hall as well. And
Sure.
Rodgers didn't look terrible in the loss against the Bills. Like the interception, Mike Williams it fell on his ass. Like, so, I mean, that's true. So I think the Jets they're mediocre, but they're better roster-wise than 2 and 4. So I'm going to say Pittsburgh loses 2 straight primetime games at home, and the Jets win, unfortunately. Sad face. Ravens at the. We got 2 Monday night games again. Why are we doing this, NFL? But Ravens at the Buccaneers. This one's a little bit tough, but I like the Ravens rushing upside, and the Buccaneers defense isn't that great besides Vita Vea, especially. Yeah. They struggled against a guy starting his first game, Spencer Rattler.
That's
so
true.
I'm expecting Henry to feast again. It might be high scoring. It might be your shootout of the week, but I'm going to say the Ravens win.
I think this is a safer Ravens bet as well. I mean, the Bucs have the potential to go off. Like, I mean, they got 51 points this week, but I mean, can you always put up 51 points a week? I don't think so. So yeah, I think the Ravens are just a little better too. I mean, overall, they're one of the better teams. I mean, we both have them in our top 5. We don't have the Bucs in our top 5. Maybe in our top 10, depending on who it is. But
I do.
Yeah, I don't. But regardless, I think the Ravens are better. They're higher on my power rankings for a reason.
All right. Last game here, we got the Chargers at the Cardinals. Quinn, it's an ESPN Plus exclusive game. They are making us pay to watch these two teams. I don't have ESPN Plus, so I'm not going to be able to watch this game.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit anyway? These teams are mediocre as hell. But I'm going to go with the Chargers because their defense has actually done a lot better than I expected, and I think Arizona's going to have trouble against that. And Harrison, I think, is injured again, and I don't know if he's playing. We don't know if he's playing. Yeah. And while the Chargers offense isn't amazing, they've had guys step up a lot. Quentin Johnson fell off a little bit, but maybe he could get back on track. And also, too, hopefully Jim Harbaugh's okay because he had a little bit of a sideline scare, but luckily seems like it's all good for him. But Arizona might be a little more feisty than they were last week, but I just think the Chargers are a better team.
Yeah, the Cardinals haven't been great against the run this season. They've let up 101 to Brian Robinson 2 weeks ago. The Niners like 100 plus for Jordan Mason. So with playing the Chargers, who are a run team, I think the Chargers are going to win it, especially if they don't have Marvin Harrison. That's a bit rough for him. So, yeah, give me the Chargers.
And me and Quinn will not get ESPN Plus to watch that game.
Yeah, no,
we are not going to pay a fortune to watch two mediocre ass teams.
Yeah, screw SCP, screw ESPN, except if they give us contracts.
I will not sign that contract. But